Welcome. How is everybody? The very beginning, before I begin, is how I begin. Anybody see the shirt over here? How do you think they got that circle out of the shirt? What do you do? You just cut it out? Do you know that there's only a certain distance on the next cut? If I was doing, that's right, if I was in the schmata industry, I got to calculate all my cuts so I don't waste any material. The material costs money. So if I'm going to cut this circle out, I may as well just fold it, right? You just fold it? No, you fold it in four. And you make one simple cut, one cut, cuts four, cuts eight. Save money, right? If you cut one of two, what do you have? Well, if you take one square and cut it in two, you go from 4 to 8. Because the two sides that was on the left are also now on the right. The two that was above is also below. So you doubled up on all the corners. So you have 4 sides go to 8. Something about Chaldean is when you get the B letter, in which the B letter is created out of 13. Switch it onto this side, turn it onto this side. If there were 2 holes here, they'd be swinging around each other. 4, okay? T4, S3. S and T, 3 and 4. As 39 equals to 1 and 3 is 4. And as 39, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4 is 7. T all in its own, which can probably start in the month of April, which actually really looks at, and end in actually June on the first T. Now if it's a double T, you go to June, then you go all the way to September, because the 4 inside of here is April. The end of the cycle is the 9 and the actual 8. That's why we split the 30 days, because the end of the cycle is in 9 in the Hebrew calendar, but it's also in 8. So we have to go into the 9th month. So it would say 4 and 9, 4 times 9, 4 plus 9 equals 36 and 13 equals 49 equals eternal 7 by 7. You follow me? April is 4 and 9 equals to 36, 4 and 9. 4 by 9 is 360 degrees. That's 10 each, because this world is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? Now imagine if you square off a square. What happens? You can do this. And now you can do this. Now you have this empty, this empty, this empty, and this empty. Now if you take a closer look, I have K and K on each side. I got the K9 and the K9. I got double K2218R resident angel stuck inside the cat's house of the dog pound, because they got everyone pounding at the corners. Tie these sticks up together, tie these sticks up together, tie these sticks up together. Every stick is an ace, 24, 24, 24. Why is it 24, 24, 24? Because you stand this way, this one, and this one. This guy's at the plate. The pitcher's in the middle, and it's a hit. Goes through this side, goes through this side, goes up the middle. 4 and 7 is also part of Chaldean, which is your 11 doghouse, which would normally be 2 and 8. There was something I saw today, I don't remember. 428 is when they want to take away my license. 2 times 2 and 14 times 2. 1 and 7. 7th gateway. Divided by 4 becomes 1 and 7, the 7th gate. 28, man's mind. Neptune and Venus. Connecting worlds. They're coming to take everything away from me. This is the way it was supposed to be done, supposed to go through. My mind was supposed to live this for the entire time before I actually knew that there was some kind of spirit world out there, before I created the Mr. Takman's epilogue. And now it's happening with my license now. And they took away something, they changed the permit on me last year. There was a big permit change, and it's a big secret, and it was against me and a few other people. The year before that, my doctor got thrown in jail for molesting women. The year before that, I got a ticket on the highway while driving and drinking a coffee. The year before that, in 2010, is when the Mr. Takpan started 10-10-10. In 2009, okay, it was another year that I got the ticket for doing the same thing as everybody else, but they decided that they'll stop me because I didn't look like I was driving straight. Not in a straight line, but in the order. In 2008, it was sitting on a park bench, dun, dun, dun. I got a $144 ticket for being there, that's right, after dark. After dark and sitting on a park bench. Every part of my life seems to be just like a movie they've made or a song they've written. In 2007, it was 007. It was double, 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 all 07s. Why 007? Because to the left of 7 is 8, and to the right is 6. That 88 next to the 7 is 008 of 07. And that year, the Jewish Sabbath fell on a Saturday in the 7th month on the 7th day. In 2006, it was 111 days. In 2006, it was a year and somewhere near, I'm not sure, it's a year and 101 days or whatever, since when July came out, that in the 2006, when June came out, the 6th of June, it was 31 days AC connection since this whole scenario began when I started finding things in 2005. So the other thing is I want to show you one thing about this. If you look at this, you notice the way this goes up here, goes down here, and goes all the way around. This one, okay, where does it come from? It's almost like this. They curl into. How can I do this? They curl. They do this, and they do this, and they do this, and they do this. And I had that long piece of paper. Do you remember how long it was? Look at it. They make it the accordion. They make it like this. And every time you do that, there's now an inside and an outside. Here's a straight line, but every time you curl it, there's another loop. So if I just take it and do this, okay? I take it and I do this, okay? Then I do this. How can I say it? And then I go ahead and I do this, and then I go ahead and I do this, and now I have the same design as on here. And in Hebrew, if I was a Hebrew, I'd say that's a shin. Over the mountain, gold in between the mountain, silver and gold, silver and gold. They sang that song, Silver and Gold, okay? What is this? These are your 8s, 88, 88, 88. You tell me how the train goes. It goes around and around and around. And in the center here is a little beanie. And it's a little thing that spins and spins, and somehow it's spinning spirit into your head. Coming in through here is the T4 slip, no? Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Yes, I did want to show you one thing, is that I'm going to be sticking together. You see this one? It's 37 and 38. And what I want to show about this that's very special is, let's start here. 4 and 33 is 37. Okay, 33 and 6 is 39. 6 and 31 is 37. 31 and 8 is 39. 29 and 8 is 37. 29 and 10 is 39. That's all it is 39, 37, 39, 37. Now this is the wheel with the 38 numbers. This is the woe. This is the creation heaven. This is woe camel woe. This is going to North America. But in order to run one side of the wheel, we have to go to England, where the toilet goes the other way. Spin the wheel. Which way does the toilet come? Everything is connected right up your ace hole. On this side, it's 15 and 4 is 19, 15, 4 and 2 is 21, and 17 equals to your first 38. 4 and 2 is 6, and 17 is 23, 29, 39, 42. So when you keep going around, here's back to your 19 again. Okay, and as you go around, you're 10, you're 23, and you're 24. This is the year 2014 right over here. 2014, locking the two sides together, the 24-hour day, the X that is on man's back, the Christ that comes with the one spirit, and 2014. This is where it starts, the 33 Christ over here, and it ends on the 22. The 22 is life and Christ. So what we do is we go 1, 21, and 14 is 35, and 31 is 66, and 9, 75. That's 3/4. Now you take this and you spin it exactly halfway around to the other side. Okay? And now you have 17, 7, 6, 1776. The size of the moon, 34, 76, 3476, 7364 is 1010, 17, 34, 51, and 6, 57, 57, 75. And they're on the bottom side of the wheel, not the top. There's 18 numbers. Well, now there's 16 here. There's 16 here, and there's 18 on this side. The side of the 16 brings the side of the light, of the angel residency, in which there's a single 0 on this side and the single 0 on that side, reflected of each other. But where the double 0 is, the 24/5 is the 29, or the X letter, YX. Fifth letter is E, and in the E family is 24X. 2416 is when the cycle begins one more time. So we counted. And in roulette, if you go down to roulette, they will show you, okay, and they will write on this paper, this is the orphan. We are the orphans, the cats. How many cats have mothers? How many times are you going to keep the kittens and the mother? The kittens are always given away. All orphans. All orphans. Here we are, got a body. We grew into our own body, but we're actually orphans. Our spirit has no parents. We're born into these earth bodies. Our soul has parents. Our spirit does not. There's only one Holy Spirit, and that's the Holy One. The reason for all our life is because the godliness of what we are, of what we're made from, the eternal memory, the nano, the giggle, the mouse, the ball, the lab rats, because rats reverses star, and lab ball, because L in 2112 is LAB ball bow, and lab rat ball in stars of 7 number of the 7th gate. Why 7? Because in French, the 10th letter sounds like the 7th letter. And the 10th letter, the 0 is 6, plus the 1 of 10 equals to 7. Or it's 1 and 6, and becomes the one spirit light. We have to understand that in French, they say size for 16. But will we move that up a notch? See, 16 and 17, because 16 brings the light. The Queen's cap jewels separate that light within your mind. And then they cap you off by QR angel residency that connects all the pearls and lights together all the way from 11 to 16, because in French, 11 to 16 are all saying in each of them 0, 1. It says 0, 1 in all of them. But when you get to 17, it's saying 1, 0. Because the French tell us that. It says 17, 10, and 7. And the reason why the G and the J change is for that reason, because the 0 gets a 6 in the originality when it's in the 1 position, where the 1 is in the 10th position, equaling to 16, 1 and 6. It becomes 1, 6, and 0, 1, 6, 6. 6, 1, 6, 44. The space of the light. I still have to understand the squaring off everything. Because I know, and then all of a sudden it's like I don't know at all. What you can't see, you don't know, right? And if it's darkened in so much, you're only going to make everything so much larger. Isn't that not true? Deceit in this world is so important. And for soul, it is imaginatively important. We must have deceit to grow. We need the seed to grow. We need the seed to grow. But everybody knows that in time, in a world, in a game, there's only so much deceit before the game ends. And guess what? We've been deceived. And now it's time to leave. Game over. Let's start a new game. But before the game completely is over, no way. It ain't fair, baby. You're going to pay up. I won the game. And that's what's going on in this world right now. Everybody's blaming somebody else. But I want to ask you a big thing. This is very important. I want to ask you something huge. In the totality of all the governments in the world, who's actually talking about Russia? Just North America, is it not? What is everybody saying in the big news all the way around? Where is that truth lying? Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Yes, I mentioned something about sixes, right? Well, in 666, right, the reason, right, 666 is where all the 303, 313, 323. Or, when I'm talking those numbers, I'm talking because look at a 6 card or a 7 or an 8 card. But how are you counting? One, you take the 6 card and you go here, you got 1. Then you got 0. Then you got 3. Why? By dragging your line on this angle of the cards, we're not looking. You look at a card, you see the 4 of them square, right? You see them square? Don't look that way. Not good. Not good. You got to look at it as these 3 over here. See these 3? You got to look at it, those 3 over here, and those 3 over here, and those 3 over here. So you have 1, 3, 3, 1, and this one over here. Okay? Here you have 4. You can now have 2, 4, 2. Okay? Everybody knows in order to have this 4, can you have this 4, or can you have the 1, 4 here, 1, 4 here, 1, 4 here, 1, 4 here? Can we connect it that way? Which way are we allowed to connect our wires? I did show you 1776 comes together, 2014, 5775. Number 37 on this is 1 in 36. You double up 2 sides at 74 and it ends up in the 5 hole. They're calling me, oh, it hurts. Oh my God. The greatest of all pain. I've never had this pain in my life. Ever since they started giving me this medication, I know if I smoke a joint, it'll go away. But I think it's more than that. The more energy, the more I feel, the more I can see vision via visionary with inside, the more the pulse is bouncing against the sides of my head. If you want to ask me what's actually working in my head, for me it's all over here. There's nothing up here. It's all over here somehow. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching my videos. Do I look all right to you? Does it look like I'm stoned, drunk, on pills? Has it ever seemed that way that I was? Judgment upon and choice of thought, based on a thought of a vision of the way you see. Thank you for watching this video.